I have no idea. We'll try it. I'm gonna try this game. Let's see. Try the older one. I did see some of the file stuff, some of the gifs and photos in the some of the gifs in the files. While I was looking at some stuff because the screenshot is weird. I was looking at that. I did see some interesting things. Yeah, I'll be interested because I have seen some stuff. I am aware of like I saw someone play one and get one ended in the original game. As far as I know, this got some extra stuff, and I've seen a few of the scene stuff in. I guess it's a gift or something like that. Like devil face kind of thing. Come at yeah, I did see that. We'll see if the audio is working on this screen because I'm copying my monitor instead. I was too lazy to try and set this one up. Let's see. Although I don't know what they mean by what the hell is the boil effect? Blinking CTC? What the fuck is I have these? I turned them all off because I don't know what any of this stuff is. The flickering images I can understand as like um flickering images I would think of like time the Stone Angels. That's what I think of it, but I don't know what the fuck parallax effect, boil effect, and blinking CTC is. I turned them all off because I was like, I don't know what these are. I'm gonna have to Google what the hell these are. They're not like hurtful to the eyes. Slay the princess. What do these mean? Whoopsies. I don't know what these means. Foil effect. What is that? No, I want to see what is a boil effect. Okay, so it's some sort of background. The still background's image is shimmer. So it's just with all the shaking or wiggling. Oh, that's all it is. So it's a tiny effect. Okay. Different level. So okay, so parallax effect is like dimension, like depth. Okay. Um, flickering is what I thought it would be. What's blinking CTC? What's CTC? Okay. So what's CCC? Da, da. Icon that needs. I think I need to go to the next bit of text. Oh, it's just a okay. That's what that is? Yeah, I was so confused. How the image shifts even when nothing's happening. So it's a gyro pyro. Okay. I'll try it. We'll leave this on. If I don't like it, I can turn it off. If I don't like it, I'll turn it off. Come on, game. There we go. See how bad the audio is.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that
Oh,
cabin
that's cool. Okay,
is
so
a
that's the thingy.
princess.
That's the movement stuff they were talking about. The death stuff. That's cool. That's cool. I can make this louder.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Let's see. So it's about there. Should be lower or higher, guys? Let's put this here. Oh, excuse me. That's cool though. I do like that. Thank you. I do like that. The movement thing, the gyroscope, depth of field. Now that's cool. You don't see that very often in games. Or what are you talking about? Have you made no because she locked up? Can get it, I'm not doing this. You would get award. Okay, sweet. Turn around and leave. Okay.
While I
Uh,
appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a
okay.
ticking clock.
Let me see something here. Where's my music? Oh, is my music not even playing? Wait a minute. What? No, music is playing. Okay, so music is there. So I probably want the audio a little louder. Okay. I love how I'm doing audio checks here. Okay.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because
Uh-huh.
she's dangerous.
Right.
She is not
I don't
dangerous
believe you
because
there.
she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me say causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point.
Uh-huh.
If the princess leaves the
I don't
cabin,
believe
the
you,
world
dude.
will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Yeah, I don't believe you at all.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds,
Uh-huh.
no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all,
I
no
don't
more
believe you,
people.
girl.
You have to put an end to her. Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to
There's a
do
lot of
here. Just get
choices
in
for
there
this
and do what
for this
needs to be
one.
done. We're all counting on you. Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task?
Eh.
You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey. Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses
Huh.
contribute something of value to society.
definitely a lot of choices here. And do these go like
Oh, if
around
only that were the
go through?
case, but I don't make the rules.
And just the
I
narrator and
have to
everything.
say,
Oh,
I'm
there's the movement
surprised at
thing.
your
Yes, the movement
reluctance thus
thingy.
far,
I just
but
noticed that
unfortunately
the
for the
movement.
both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I
But I
said,
like this
I
thing.
don't make the rules, no
The
matter how much
gyroscope,
I
I think,
wish
is my
I
favorite
did.
thing out of this game so far. Is the gyroscope. Yeah, I've noticed, and also I've got extra stuff in. I know I get extra stories.
Of course I
I
haven't.
know I
Why
get
would I
extra
even consider
stories,
that?
extra
Nobody wants the world to end.
lines in certain parts. I know
I
that
mean,
much at
maybe
least.
some people do, like nihilists or very, very
But I'm
evil
just
people,
more
but
I'm just more
surely you're
interested
not
in
one of
this like
those,
gyroscope thing.
right? Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it. It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward,
Uh-huh.
just for you.
Why do I not
And
believe
whatever you
you,
think it might
narrator?
be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
I don't believe you, narrator. At all. Where is there- is it not the way to do it? Oopsies. Sorry guys. Try to do something else. The way to do it, but I don't remember where it is. Is it not that? Not dashboard. Oh, I just opened that. There's a way to make chat pin. I don't remember how to do it on here. Oops, that's not what I do. But yeah, don't remember how to do it. There's a way to make this pin, and I don't remember it. Uh,
Then I guess we'll
okay,
just have to
talk
see
to
what
it.
happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear
Uh
her
huh.
out, she could easily trap you in her web
You
of
say that, dude.
lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that
You
turns
say
out
that
for all of
though.
us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with
Oh,
this,
that
right?
kind of
She's a
style.
princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not
That's
slay
so
them.
cool. I'm more interested in
Ignore
the
him. He
3D
doesn't know what he's
style.
talking about.
Sorry, I'm so interested in the 3D style shit. The gyroscope is like so interesting to me.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The blade is your implement.
Um,
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing
I
her
don't
a
know.
favor. Her voice softly
Hello? Is someone there?
is hypnotizing. It's the kind of don't let it fool you. It's all part. Good.
Mm,
You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain
Oh,
around
that's
her
so
wrist,
cool.
binding her
Sorry,
to the far
I'm
wall
just
of the
like so
basement.
crazy. I'm just so like
She's
immersed
beautiful.
in the
How could someone like this be a threat
like
to
3D gyroscope thing
anyone?
than
Begging
the
you
actual
to stay
story.
focused. There's a lot riding
But yeah,
on
I'm
you.
so more interested in like the gyroscope
Hi.
thing
Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
and not the thing.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she
That's
responds.
nuts, sissy.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named
Her
Princess
eyes
Princess?
look so weird. Why do her eyes look so weird?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
That seems so sussy. I like
I'm
the
sorry, I've
gyroscope.
been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though.
That
Everyone has a
just seems
name.
very sussy. I like the
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick
style.
a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Okay, what?
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a
That just
basement
seems
and throw
sussy.
away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes
Yeah,
up with.
she definitely does seem sussy.
Would everything feel right about you if you were locked away in a hole by yourself for as long as you can remember?
She's pissy.
Just how long has she been down here?
So, did they tell you why I'm supposed to be so dangerous?
No, why else would we be wondering? We're wondering why. Hello? I want to click.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
What if they're bad reasons, though? If they had good reasons for thinking I was dangerous, wouldn't they have shared them with you? I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to leave.
Okay.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Yeah, that's what we discussed.
I don't trust
Yeah.
that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
Okay.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me.
Okay.
This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about.
I didn't realize she was so, like,
Do you really
annoyed.
think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We
Baby,
both
because you're
know
stuck
that
here?
if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake
Oh,
of one
shush.
person, and a
Just
subjugating
narrator.
monarch, no less.
Just you.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Do that one.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the
Okay.
only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make
Oh,
it
geez,
easier
what
for
the
both
fuck?
of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that
The fuck?
decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for
What
all
the
our
fuck was
sakes
that?
it's the right one.
Uh... Can't read that way. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, wait, what? You went, no. Like, let's see. Blade or locker? In. Do I want to lock her in or do I want the blade?
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the
Are we
blade
gonna
in the
get killed?
cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here. Fine, turn your back on me, but it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here.
Okay.
But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
She's
Where the
gone.
princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm. Its
Oh,
cooling
geez.
flesh
Okay.
still chained to the wall.
Okay.
And she is nowhere to be
I
seen.
don't like this.
Is it
I
just
really
me?
don't like this.
Or did this room get a lot bigger? Oh, you coward!
No, I don't think we can. Why don't you come closer? I have something to show
I
you.
don't like this. I don't like
This is a dangerous
this.
play. Who's to say she'll actually succumb to
I
her
don't
ruse?
like this. I don't
She
like
doesn't have a weapon,
this.
and she's missing an arm. You can
I do
finish
not
this
like
right
this.
here,
I do
right
not
now.
like this. Shut up, ass. Yeah, I noticed. Too late to backpedal. Too late to backpedal. Definitely, yes.
Your eyes dart to the corners of
I
the room.
don't like
You don't
this.
see her.
I don't like
Where is
this.
she?
Hey, ass.
close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place.
Probably not
Maybe
the best
they'll
idea to
open
do that.
if you finish the job. You step forward to investigate the severed limb. A trail of blood leads from its jagged stump into a dark corner of the basement. And then you hear the quiet patter of feet against the floor, and there's suddenly a weight on your shoulders.
Oh, are we
The
dead?
princess tears into you. Her teeth and claws are unnaturally sharp, ripping into your shoulders,
Okay.
into your throat. You fall to the ground, the princess eagerly tearing at your flesh.
Okay, then. Well.
Her ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense, lying. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you. Everything goes dark,
And we
and
dead.
you die.
Yeah, I know. I know about decisions.
You're on
I
a
know.
path in the woods, and at the end
I
of
love
that
this.
path
This is what I'm loving.
is a
I'm
cabin.
loving the rotoscope,
And in
like,
the basement of that cabin
gyroscope
is a
thing. That's what I'm
princess.
loving at right
You're
now in
here
this
to
game.
slay her. A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us
Have
have
you
been
played
here.
this as?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing. We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
This is the extra version, I guess. That has
Those are two
that
very
has
different
extra
questions,
scenes.
but
This supposedly has
fine,
extra
I'll
scenes in
indulge you
it.
if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Bad
Let's
and
say
Theater. I've
for a
never heard
moment
that one.
this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did our best with the information we were given. And yet you still died, didn't you? So, great, congratulations, you've been given another chance to actually do this right.
Oh, it's a romance.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather
And with
dangerous
Patsy.
assumption that
Interesting.
your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Huh.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started.
Who is this
That
one?
sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely
That was
hypothetical
interesting.
scenario, that begs the question
I'll
of how
look
you
at
got
that one. I've never heard that
Did
one.
time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
I'll keep an eye out for that one. I've never
If
heard
it's
that
the
one.
latter,
Bad Theater. Have
what
you
do
heard
think
that
happened
one,
after you
Wheel?
died?
That's a new one to
Do you
me.
think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? All the more reason to keep our wits about us, should we even...
No. I mean the game that
We could find
Azure
a
is
safe
talking
little
about.
hole
They said
somewhere
it's
instead.
related. It's by the same studio, Bad
You
End Theater.
have to go to the cabin. If you don't slay the princess, she's going to end the world, which you're always going to be a part of, even if you're cowering in a hole.
I just
There's
like
no
the
escaping
gyroscope
your
stuff.
responsibility here.
The depth of field that they're making is really cool. Scarlet Hollow.
Just be quick about it.
The visual novel. trying to get traits. Interesting.
She just
Okay.
can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me.
Right.
Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in,
I don't
do
know,
your
I'm
job, and save
so,
the world.
like, immersed in, like, the,
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just
I just like
overcomplicate an
the,
otherwise very simple situation and make your
the
job
fact
more
that it's
difficult.
got, like, rotoscope kind of stuff to it.
If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of?
I think that's
How
what
are
I
we
really
supposed to
like.
stop
I
her?
really like out of this whole game so far is I like the rotoscope stuff.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like
Of
I'm
course
hiding
you're hiding
something,
something.
but you're just going to
There,
have to take me at my
narrator.
word. You're afraid, aren't you? Just like us.
Of the
Of
hunted?
course I'm afraid. Fear is an extremely
What's the
normal thing
hunted?
to feel when the fate of the entire world is at
Wait,
stake.
what was the voice of the hunted?
But that's not the only thing you're afraid of. You're scared of something worse.
Wait, I'm confused. Who's the hunted?
Stop projecting your neuroses onto me and just get to the cabin already.
Interesting.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Interesting. You're the hunted.
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh.
I'm
Didn't know.
pessimistic.
Of course you're special. Special can mean all sorts of things. Don't let it...
Interesting.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
You? Just Azure. Azure, I have like 100 points. I can use them and I will use them. You know that, right? In your channel. I do have like 60 points or something like that right now. I am very tempted when you go live.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Yeah, breathe. Why is
Don't
that,
believe
like,
a word
so...
she says. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its
Yes.
freedom?
What
Or
is
is it
this
just
one?
acting out its nature?
Blindfold.
Don't see
Okay.
why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered.
Yeah.
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and
Interesting.
smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously.
Okay. So cool.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated.
Oh, why did this
It feels
change?
like no
Oh,
one's
this is
lived here
different.
for a long time. Wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls.
Why is this different?
The only furniture of note is a
Oh, this
termite-eaten
changed.
table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table,
There's
the
no
blade sitting on
mirror.
the table, and the
Okay.
door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
That's weird.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. What a strange thing to lie about. Maybe he doesn't see it. Much like he hasn't seen what's already happened. Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a
Hmm.
mirror even do?
I think I'm
You
gonna see
waste
the
time
mirror.
preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done. Very different. I wonder why.
Hmm.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly
Yeah,
haven't
we
been
know
killed
this
by
is
the
totally
princess.
different.
So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
I want to see what this mirror is.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall.
Okay.
There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
What?
I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone.
That was not a human hand. The fuck? The fuck? That was not a human hand.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
That did not look like a human hand. Looked like a
The door to
monster
the
hand.
basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase.
It's so
It's still
interesting how it
sturdy enough that you
changes.
can make your way down in
Oh
one
wow,
piece,
you can see like
though you'll have
the
to be mindful of holes.
shading they used here. That's cool.
The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle.
Okay.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
Growl?
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral,
Okay.
patient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide
got
leaves
tail or
of
something?
plants
Is that her
surround
over
the
there?
jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be
No, I think that's
anywhere.
her over there.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging
Yeah,
her
that was
heavy
her. That was
chain
a tail
behind
or
her.
something.
Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping.
You're not helping.
It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the
Okay.
darkness.
Oh, there she is.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs,
Wow, she looks
fledgling.
creepy.
You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
Okay.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright.
Oh, she's gone
The
now.
air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Ready to kill her? Um.
Picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of
Yeah,
air
that's the new
disturbed by
thing.
sudden motion
That's
of
the
a
thing I
massive
saw.
body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
That's the new thing. Oh wow, what the fuck? She
Before you
looks
can
like a
blink, she's
monster.
gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze.
It's like a
on you.
dragon thing now.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive,
Where before?
prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just
There she is.
beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape.
It's
Shit.
weird.
What do we do? Oh, for the love of... You've given up the game.
So many useless thoughts. If you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
She knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive, if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Interesting. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. So happy I have a light on right now. I don't think I could play this in the dark. Let's see what we got. Boop, 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 boop. Can we get Scepter back yet?
This isn't going to work. We're in her. If we keep dodging her forever, we're going to get tired. We're going to slip up.
Okay.
We have to take a risk. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, the titan blade and lash out. It strikes, cutting deep, and the princess loses her focus,
Okay, there we
crying
go.
out in pained surprise as she crashes into you.
We got a little bit of her.
You're sent sprawling and can already feel the massive bruise blossoming on your ribs as she scrambles back into the darkness.
It looks very weird.
Look at that. We wounded her. And she wounded us. Bad trade.
That hurt. Are you just the cornered animal you seem to be? Or could
Rival?
you be a rival?
She rears back, then leaps at you, more forceful, more ferocious, more serious. The scuffle is brief, and though you inflict a few deep wounds, you find yourself quickly overwhelmed by her savagery.
Becoming more and more like a lion.
She wastes no time before pouncing on you in a flurry of claws and blood, your nerves barely able to keep up with the onslaught. By the end, you're lying in a nest of your own intestines.
Definitely looking more like a
spine
lion.
severed, blood rapidly draining out onto the jungle floor.
She looks very much like a
Princess,
lion
drenched in both her blood and yours, idly prods your body.
right now.
No, that's it then. Cornered animal it was. Do better next time. I still need to devour you.
Devour
And
me?
it doesn't count if you're dead.
We're not dead, we're... But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
I hate that's a reference. I hate that. I hate that as. I hate that as her.
You're on a path in the Yeah, we are. And this time we're not gonna run until we die. We're taking her head on and we're winning.
Oh, we got another voice.
Felt her. She didn't have a soft underbelly. She didn't have blind spots. What could we have done that would have saved us from her hunger? When someone tries to make you dead, you have to hit them back. You have to show them your authority. There's nothing
Stubborn is
worse
the
than
new
a
voice.
bully that
Okay.
thinks they own you. Great. So you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to
I
have
hate
been
that.
here before.
I
This is
hate
supposed
that.
to be one and
I
done.
hate that.
Oh, shut up. It bodes fine. You're the reason we're stuck in this shit situation. Now I have to do the hard work of dragging us out. And how do you intend to do that? We're going to fight her, and we're going to win. There's a reason she slinks around in the shadows.
That's true.
Well, no complaints here. Now hold on. We're not just gonna let the fact that he knows things about this whole Lupin situation go, are we? He's not important. He can have his secrets for all I care. She's killed us twice now, and that's enough of a reason for us to want her dead.
That's true.
Ground is ground. It doesn't matter what shape it takes. We'll adapt. If it looks different, that's because the situation has started to spiral out of everyone's control. So please, disavow yourself of the notion that you can just come back here and fix this
Another
place if you manage to
world
make a
in
mess,
ruin? What does
before
that
line of
mean?
thinking leaves you yet another world in ruin. Though, as evidenced by you dying twice, it's safe to assume the fates of the worlds you've left behind don't concern you very much. Consider this your last opportunity to make things right. For you and for the rest of existence. But especially
for you.
We don't need your pep talk. I'll make sure we pull this off.
Let's just go to the cabin and see how bad.
You make your way
Oh
down
wow,
to the
what's
cabin.
up in the cabin?
A fated confrontation awaits.
The cabin looks like it's taken over by a hill or something.
We need a plan. We've already been over the plan. I'm not sure that use violence counts as a plan. It's a better plan than you had last time. I don't like this, but I'll try to keep us breathing.
Yeah, it's possible. Let's see what we
The
got.
interior is dark and overgrown.
Oh, wait.
Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you
Where's
not
the
seen
door?
the exterior, you might not
There's
have
a
noticed
mirror
this was
again.
a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade.
There's the mirror
embedded in its
again.
exposed rings. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Take it. We're not fighting a monster without a blade. Even if it's
Yeah,
not
we
a very
need
big
a
one.
stiletto.
Great. That mirror's back. And it's where the door is supposed to be. What are you talking about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement.
I wonder what the mirror is
It's
about.
tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us. If that mirror's blocking our way, just smash it and be done with it.
Okay.
I don't know what you're planning, but you're making my job a hell of a lot harder right now. The steel claw makes us sloppy, too confident. You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement. You heard him. Stop hesitating. That mirror isn't part of this place. It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. It went away after we reached out to it last time. You reach forward and wave your hand over the open... See? Nothing. Tricks of the art. You step forward.
Oops, I wanted the sword.
If there were once stairs leading into the basement,
Oopsies, I wanted
there
the
is
sword.
nothing left to attest. It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all. As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sound. Stay quiet. You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And it doesn't matter if we can't see down here. We know where she is. It would be better. You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement.
Oh, that is audio.
There, she's about to strike. We're screwed. We can do this, even without a weapon. I'm no stranger to bloody fists.
Okay. I kind of wanted the thingy.
The shape of teeth and eyes as the
I
princess
wanted
emerges,
the sword.
enormous maw gaping, ready to swallow you whole.
I didn't realize that would mess up there.
And
Whoopsies. What? What was that? Oh, the mirror again. It's that mirror again.
she's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? It is. Does that mean the world ended? It hasn't ended. We're still here. The world didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
Okay.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Why don't do this?
It's different now. It feels... I don't know.
Oh, this might be one of the endings.
That thing reeks of death. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Huh? Okay. I'm guessing this is one of the endings. Oh, hi.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds
Making
beyond,
my own?
perspectives to make my own.
This one is consumed by instinct, a dancer moving to the rhythm of the
A
flesh.
ravenous heart.
She will make for a ravenous heart. She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself, but she is only
Only
a
a voice.
voice. Do not mourn her, for she is
Part
part
of
of something
something
greater.
greater. Um,
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be
hmm.
free. I am solitary lights in an empty
An empty
city.
city?
What are you?
Hmm.
Thoughts without connections.
Dim,
A dim
wish
and
to be
nascent
more.
network.
Okay.
I wish to be more.
Connections.
A person. A set of eyes witnessing from one
And you
perspective.
are like a person.
I think that you are more like me than you are like a person. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
A croak. Okay.
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
We are talking.
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel
Longing, hope
sadness,
as I witness.
longing, hope as I
How can you
witness you.
witness me if you got no eyes?
I know only that they are.
That they are.
You are the only
You
thing
were
I
the only
have
thing
ever
I have
known.
ever known.
The space we're in is vacant.
Here but
Nothing
us.
comes here but us. Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us,
You are
and
meant
that
to
we
reach
are meant
them.
to reach. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you
Wait,
believe
what?
her
There's
to
no
be able
exit, but
to.
this vessel's creature perception can make you forget if only you believe her to be able to.
Bring me more perspectives,
Bring
so
me
that
more
I may be
perspectives that I
whole,
may be whole.
and
We
perhaps
know our
then we will
freedom.
know our freedom.
Mm.
Everything, until we meet
Everything until
again.
we meet again.
More than you have found, but less than there are to find.
Mm-mm.
I am infinite. The
Okay.
rest will find their own way home. You ask of things that cannot be done.
Remote.
To destroy is. How can I know? I am flickers and. She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Yes, I tell you to remember her.
You won't.
You won't. Okay. I think that was ending. Is that an ending? Yeah, that was ending. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a.
That was totally an ending, wasn't it? Oh, now you're different. What is that?
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Tab. Or. Okay. Boo boo. Skip. Unseen text. Skip. Okay.
You make your way up
We get
the
the first
short
one? Yeah,
path
we get
to
the
the
first
cabin.
one.
The interior of the cabin is almost... You take the blade from the table.
Okay. Hmm.
Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you. Good. You're still listening to reason.
Okay.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so cold. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Hmm. Okay.
Look how reasonable she's being. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her.
Hmm.
You ignore the trembling in your hand.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking.
You step forward, your grip on the blade.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that's so, you should just drop it.
She's unarmed. You're so close. No, this is a good idea.
Oh, threatened, are we? Then I'm not talking to you.
You stare at the princess. She squints back. The two of you are gonna...
Meh.
Doubt, unfortunately. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed. It feels like you've been hit with a... Holy shit, that... Though she's unarmed. The shock of that first... Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
Okay, that's good.
We can still turn this around. You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Hmm.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an
Fun?
unhealthy
How the
rasp as
fuck
her
is that
lungs
fun?
start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder. Do you really think this is the
No.
end?
This is not the end because we're gonna restart
But you don't
again.
have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Universe. Oh, this must be the one where you're talking about to
You're on a path
become.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
I believe
If you
the
don't,
cave one is the one
it will
that
be
got
the end of the
extra
world.
scenes. The cave one.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very
Interesting.
first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe... You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot... That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear. That's the spirit. There's no...
Okay.
A warning before you go any further.
Warning?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will
Yeah,
do
we know
everything
that.
in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will. Crystal. Let's...
Okay, we got the voices. The voices! We're gonna see the mirror
cabin is
again? Oh, the
tighter than
mirror.
its exterior
Ooh,
would
this is a different
suggest.
one.
Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only
It's a different
furniture of
one.
note is a black iron altar
It's the
with
mirror
a
again.
pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your... You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. But there was a mirror, and now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it.
Blade?
You take the blade from the altar.
I wonder what the mirror is about. I don't remember
The door
that
to the
being a
basement
thing.
creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides,
Wonder
and
if
her
if
fierce
that's a new
voice
thing.
carries up.
Is that another challenger?
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Good. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shadow leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a...
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death
Either
doesn't
of us.
stick for either. And you brought your little knife, too. Yeah, I'm going to have fun breaking.
What's that? Oh, that whole deja vu situation. For all we know, whatever happened to you, of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned.
Let's see.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. Don't you get it? We've been given free.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
You look exactly.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count. Oh, we'll make it count, all right. As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood.
There we go. Did one hurtful.
She's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact.
Okay.
She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you?
You don't actually get it, do you?
That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. So don't be afraid. Don't
let her get in your head. Reincarnation or... She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way... If that's your plan, then that's your plan. You push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more. You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum. Pull it out. We'll try. No, we can. We're not gonna win. You pull back on the blade's hilt, doing your best to free it from its sinewed prison. It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like you hit the floor. Your ribs complaining painfully. You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. This weak little dance isn't working. She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your...
How disappointing.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig. Everything goes dark.
And we die. That was interesting. Eye of the needle.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there. Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. So what? You'd have us... No, but that place suits... Are you suggesting luring her into the... Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about... Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand... It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. It's good to know that at least one of you is... We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. Things are always changing. She changed, the cabin changed, we've changed. Because they're not supposed to have changed. This is supposed to be a path. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin.
So interesting, the changes.
Hope you've given serious thought to you. No last advice for it? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good. Catharsis is for when we're finished. The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight. More of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls, the blade is your implement. See? We have even less space than before. Take it! You take the blade from the altar. Good. There's no... You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. All we see is a... This really is just like last... Smells of nothing, yet... You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the floor as it... Why am I not... It was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way
one's
to the
weird.
air hissing up from below is
I don't
warm
like this.
and wet, like the breath of
This
an
one's
enemy
weird.
locked in her voice. Bold and
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a.
goad her. Rile her up if she's... You've nowhere to go but down. You start the remember every crack and crevice. Will need to be fast. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling!
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw on... I really don't like that. It's the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, so go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
Change your plans, boy. Impatient. This is... You charge headlong into the princess.
Yes, yes, yes!
Okay.
For a moment, the scales feel balanced, each of you inflicting debilitating wounds on the other, striking in a dizzying synchronicity. But it isn't long before they tip in her favor. The cuts and bruises you've inflicted seem little more than superficial, barely so much as slowing her down as she continues her onslaught. You, in contrast, are finding it harder to stand as your body gradually becomes less responsive, less powerful, less stable. You can tell she's trying to make it last, but all it would take is one meaningful strike. The coup de grace.
This was good, but you could have been so much better. I'm beyond you now.
Okay.
Here it comes. I'll see you all on the other side.
There's that thing again. There's the memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Approach it.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. That thing reeks of death. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Okay, then we go to that girl. Go say hello to the girl. I've grown. Yeah, we got the long quiet shit again. It's so creepy.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again. Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every
Vessel.
vessel gives fresh perspectives and
Okay.
carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Hmm.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I
That's
know that
true.
isn't me. Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen,
Hmm.
and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Okay.
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are
Wrong
no wrong
answers and shit.
answers,
Okay.
and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Okay.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but they are drawn to the edge of the long quiet.
They
To
are
them,
not
you are
me.
a gate
Okay.
to something more. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The
Azure, if
wounds
you're
they've
still here, go
suffered
get
carve texture
marshmallows.
around my heart.
Go send Tokia for
Without them, I would be
marshmallows.
as I was before.
If you're still here, Azure.
I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Okay.
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to
Okay.
grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Interesting. Let's see.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
Okay.
We will meet again.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the
We
basement
got
of
the
that
fun
cabin
again.
is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Let's see. Let's see. Do
You
that.
make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Let's see. Go to the thing.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely. The blade is your.
Hey, anime. We're playing like a horror visual novel. It's interesting. This is my third loop.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
It's an interesting game.
The door to the basement creaks open,
I'm just
revealing a
more interested in the
staircase
rotors,
faintly
like
illuminated by an unseen
the
light in the
detail of
room
like
below.
how you
This is
move.
an oppressive place.
I don't know. I'm just
The air
playing
feels
like a
heavy
little
and
bit of
damp,
this.
a hint of rot
Just a
filtering
little bit
from the
different than
ancient wood.
Radiant tonight.
If the princess really lives
Maybe
here,
a demo
slaying
afterward.
her is probably doing her a favor.
We haven't really gotten to any of the endings though. I don't think we've gotten to any of the
Her
endings
voice
really.
carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Yeah, I believe this is not the ending yet, because all I got is I don't have anything here,
And
so
there you are. Are you
yeah, there's nothing here, so I'm guessing I haven't gotten any of the endings yet.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I wonder what happens if if I just kill her.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
But yeah, we haven't really seen any of the endings yet. All we've been going is we've been
So,
seeing a mirror
you
and
should
going
just
to
drop it. Best not to risk
into
finding out what I can
the
do.
long wait or whatever it's called.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Let's see. Yeah, the long quiet.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give
There we
way
go.
and look down to see your blade
Boop, boop, boop.
already sinking deep into her heart.
I love how this
Oh.
Twitter is.
This
Twitter.
is it, isn't it?
Yeah, I killed her.
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
I find it funny is
It's
I
like
haven't noticed
she's
saying that
convinced she can't die.
saying,
Yes.
"Oh, you didn't
Even as
update.
she lays there dying,
You're in danger.
she
Your
entirely
VODs are in
believes
danger." I'm
herself
like,
to be alive and well.
dude, I'm over the. I'm
But
under
it's over,
the limit. I'm
isn't
at
it?
79 or
She
something
stopped
like
breathing
that.
moments ago. That arrogant look still
Are you
plastered on her
crazy or
face.
what?
But is it over? Really over?
Let's see.
It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing.
We should make sure.
I really don't think you should do that.
And why shouldn't we?
I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess... Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing...
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, but that day isn't today.
Feel like this is ending.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from
Feel like this
certain
is
doom.
ending.
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing. What?
Is this the long dark? The long
Everyone
wait?
is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry.
The long quiet?
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, this is what's
Okay,
best
so that
for
is
everyone.
ending.
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years.
Hey, we're not just gonna...
I do, but you're probably the blade. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
He's right.
Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away. Do you not?
There's more for us to do,
And the only way for us to do it is don't you dare.
Thank you.
I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pretty. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and the end. Nice knowing you.
The spectre.
You're on a path. You're here to slay her. If you don't... My tricks? What on...
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to... That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened...
Let's see.
A warning. She will lie.
She won't. The interior of the cabin
Oh,
is
we got
cold.
the mirror.
A soft odor of dirt permeates. The blade is your implement. It feels like no one's been here. Like I've been saying, she's dead.
You walk up to the wall next to...
What are you talking about? This is...
Take the mirror.
Reach forward and rub...
But there was... And now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer. You take the
Blade.
blade from the table. The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell.
Looks so weird.
Everything is coated in the room below. Nobody's here. As much as I appreciate the optimism, I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. Okay. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, and finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head.
Ghost!
Oh. Wow.
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy... So she has a body, and she's right there. Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air, no matter how many times...
You're adorable when you're But I didn't say you could touch me. Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what? You don't look dead, Killer.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are. I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this. I just want to go home. I'm so cold and alone. But you can come and go as you please, can't you? After all, you own me.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can... She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. Would she be able to see... us if we went along with it? Now isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. You won't like how things play out if you go down...
I see. So that's how it's going to be.
Okay.
That makes me sad. I guess we'll have to fight then.
The princess passes through you, a chill rippling along your skin, a disappointed sigh
Did we get possessed?
echoing in your ears.
I looked away. My alarm went off.
You turn and face her as she hovers between you and the step. Spectral tears streak down her cheeks as she places a translucent hand on your chest. It feels cold, but otherwise like nothing at all.
Okay.
Are we doing the right thing? Why do I feel so sad? Don't let her get to you. It doesn't matter. Somehow, soon, this too will be over, and we'll move on to something new.
Yeah, because we keep on
I feel
getting
like
about
you
the
all
long
keep
quiet.
forgetting that. Her dark-rimmed eyes fall to the floor as she speaks.
I never wanted to have to hurt anybody. It's not who I wanted to be.
Why does that sound so sussy?
The tears on her cheeks vanish. She lifts her head, sorrow replaced with wrath, staring into you with fiery anger.
She's so unhinged.
But I guess you've turned me into something worse.
What the fuck?
She forces her hand into your chest, and then... Yes? Nothing happens. Are you sure about that? Something should have happened. And yet it didn't. We're fine. You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it. The horrific splintering, the squelching of organs.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking you everything I owed. Starting with your body.
She's real now. If she's making... You swing your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat. It connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing, but it's too little, too late. In her hand, you realize she clutches your... Did we get her? Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
See you soon, killer.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her hand.
So she's become a raft.
You're on a path in the wood. And here we go again. Off to slay her.
Interesting, got like all the spider webs and everything. That's
The
cool.
deck's stacked, isn't it? We kill her, we start again. She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start
Eat it,
again.
okay.
I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it. Come on,
Okay.
let's not give in to all that misery just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer.
Why? She's gonna destroy the world. She was going crazy
Yeah.
anyways.
And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start?
Or was that to get a ending?
That's ridiculous. There'd be no point in all this if it was just some kind of cosmic busy work.
Or was that to get an ending if we let her hitch a ride?
I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be, seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them. Okay, so you've already been here. Nobody here is screwing with you, and I can't imagine any scenario where you would have started over after slaying the princess. Well, we didn't. We killed us. And why, pray tell? Because you decided to foist an That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have... The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and said... Well, of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful. Yes. And then, even though she was all... Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. Whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked. So how about you give it one last... All this standing around and... Tell you what, I won't do... Oh yeah, I mean, can you believe... If I had to make a... That's a hedge. I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the...
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not sure how we're supposed to kill him ourselves, but he's up. They've cleared...
Okay.
You continue down the path towards the cabin. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. The more he... Whatever. It sounds... The interior of the cabin is long
Ooh,
and dark.
that's a pretty one.
A single narrow hallway stretching far into the
Where's
distance.
the sword?
Curtain. The only furniture of note is... what's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the grate. Something else has been taken away. I suppose the only way to go is forward.
reflection is a mirror to know.
You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackle. We've always been watched. You're watching us right now.
I feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all the...
You stop as you reach the end of the hallway. What are the odds she's waiting for us right now? Just out of sight, on the other side of that
I
glass.
can't watch this. I feel I'm gonna scream.
You reach your arm forward into the...
Nothing. It's like this place read our mind just to mess with.
I don't like this at all. I really don't like this. I don't like. I don't like. I don't like. Me don't
Where
likey.
is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap. Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs,
Me don't
numb with the
likey.
shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and
I
crooked
don't like that
teeth.
blur thingy.
But do you know how
Hurt.
I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I thought maybe you'd seen what you've done and feel remorseful. Maybe try to make it up to me. Even after I ripped your heart out, you still cut me. And for what? I did well. Maybe a lot. So, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to you. You get to watch me do it.
I say we let her do it. Do we even have a choice? You always have a choice. Maybe.
Exactly. What choice is there?
Well, unless you have any specific ideas.
Oh, that's a good one.
Evil is all about perspective.
Done.
And sometimes victims become the same as their victimizers. Just because someone hurt you, you should be grateful that I still have a use for you. Being mine is enough talking. We'll have plenty of time for chit.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching
Interesting.
yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh
What
angle.
is it to do the thingy again? What's the... It's, what's the thing again? That's not... What? No, what's the thing? No, that's not... What is the thing I'm looking... What's the keypad? The keyboard. Nope, that's not... Where the fuck is it? The keyboard. Oh, there. Control. It's interesting. H and S, okay.
Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, and crush you along with her? Not that I even can. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon. So I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately...
And whose fault is it there isn't a weapon here?
Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Whatever you...
Are you seriously trying to blame this on us?
Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul. You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. It's so cramped in here, like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain... There's another option, you know. Don't help either of them. That gap where the mirror was, I don't think it goes anywhere. Your body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain. In a single moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins. Enough is enough. I'm tired of us. You throw everything you have against her and manage, for one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on you. Her thought slips through you, unheeded. What an end. An empire of... I don't think this qualifies as saving. What happens now? But I want to know what he thinks happens. Oh? And why is that? He's gone. But...
What's happening to me?
Oh, there's the hands again. For the mirror, hands for the mirror.
she's gone. And there's that... But it feels so bad. It's going to go, you don't need... Oh, I don't like...
Here's the mirror again. You've withered. That's a new one.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention. All of me is changing. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make... It says that your heart is gentle, that even... My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. Perhaps this will change when our work is... We will know when we near our...
Okay.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
You're on a path. You're here.
If I go there and I go to the
You make your
branching
way up.
paths, does
We're
that
not gonna
do
go
anything?
through. Ignore him.
Wonder.
The interior of the cat. The blade. You take the blade from the table. The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice...
Who's there?
She said, don't let it... Good. You're still listening to reason.
You walk down, she's focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I want to
step
see what the other one is.
Oh? No time.
When
I'm
will
probably
we
chained
allow
up in
it?
this
Maybe, I
basement
don't
for a
know.
So, you should just drop it.
I don't know. Did I reach any of the endings? Did I reach any of the endings? I feel like I didn't reach any of the endings. Oops, that was not what I wanted to do. I wanted to get to the thing. Oh, that's a lot. I don't know. It's interesting game. Well, I just not really like into it. I don't know. I just don't feel. It's definitely an interesting game that you recommended. I just don't know if it's really in my wheelhouse. It's definitely interesting.